Good evening, everyone. Congratulations. We are here to celebrate. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Oklahoma City Community College, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2016 Commencement Ceremony. Please stay standing for the national anthem performed by the combined choirs of Oklahoma City Community College, and then remain standing for the invocation by the Vice Chair of the Oklahoma City Community College Board of Regents, Devery Youngblood.
In accordance with your own beliefs, would you please join me in a moment of prayer and reflection? God, creator and author of all things, thank you for this night of celebration, this time of passage from one goal accomplished onto new opportunities to be seized. And since you have made a world of such wonder, filled with so many things for which we should and are grateful, let us express to you our specific thanks for what brought us to this night. We thank you for the freedoms of this great country to pursue our dreams and hopes without interference as we strive to live up to our calling that all men are created equal. We thank you for the values and encouragement of this great state, tempered through the tragedy and disasters, both natural and man-caused, but emerging always to uphold the Oklahoma standard. We thank you for the Oklahoma City Community College and for all those who came before us, whose visions and efforts and support made a place where lives can be changed, and in so doing, change the lives of generations to follow. We thank you for the professors and instructors who guided each of these graduates in their time at OCCC. And we know that for many of our graduates, they will remain grateful for a lifetime for one or two special faculty members who for them did more than just teach, they shared a heart of love. We thank you for the sometimes unseen staff of OCCC who keep all things running so smoothly that our graduates may not have even noticed them faithfully accomplishing their mission. The police officer, the assistant, the bookstore staff, administrators, janitors, God bless them all. We thank you for the family and the friends of these graduates, those who edited their papers, encouraged them to get this education, sometimes endured them when they complained, and loved them enough to believe in a brighter future for them. And God, we thank you for each of our graduates tonight. It is they who chose to follow their heart and mind and to put forth the work needed to make a permanent and positive difference in their lives by completing an education that will open doors for them for years to come. And so on this night, God, we say thank you to you and to those who played a part in each individual journey, and pray your blessing on the fruits of these graduates' labor. Amen. Please be seated. Please welcome the Chairman of the Board of Regents for Oklahoma City Community College, Mr. Rick Moore.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and special guests. On behalf of the students, faculty, staff, and the Board of Regents, I welcome you here tonight to this most significant occasion. Tonight, we're presenting the 43rd graduating class of Oklahoma City Community College. We are honored by all of your being here in your presence. I would now like to introduce the platform party. Seated on the first row, Dr. Ann DeCluet, Acting Vice President for Academic Affairs, Regent Lenora Burdine, Regent Devery Youngblood, Vice Chair of the Board of Regents, our distinguished speaker, the Honorable Steve Russell, who will be formally introduced a little later in the program, President Dr. Jerry Stewart, Regent Dr. Christy Bergen, who's Secretary Treasurer of the Board of Regents, Regent James White, and Ms. Gwen Faulkner-Lippert, who is the Faculty Association Chair. Seated on the second row, we have Mr. Cordell Jordan, Executive Director of Marketing and Public Relations, Mr. Lemuel Bartigui, Acting Vice President for Community Development and Director of Cultural Programs, Dr. Lisa Fisher, Vice President for Enrollment and Student Services, Mr. Steve Bloomberg, Acting Executive Vice President, Dr. John Boyd, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Dave Anderson, Vice President for Informational and Instructional Technology Services, Dr. Marlene Sugart, Acting Vice President for Administrative Services, Mr. Leland Taylor, Executive Director of Institutional Advancement, and Mr. Stu Harvey, Executive Director of Planning and Research. We also have several special guests in the audience tonight. And what we'd like to do here is have all the special guests please rise and remain standing until you've all been introduced. And if all of you in the crowd will please hold your applause till they've all been introduced, we appreciate it. We have First Lady Tammy Stewart, Senator Kyle Lovelace of the Oklahoma State Senate, Representative Richard Morset, Oklahoma House of Representatives, Representative Jason Dunnington, Oklahoma House of Representatives, Representative George Young from the Oklahoma House of Representatives. We have Regent Chris Lawson, who is President and CEO of the Ann Lacey Foundation and was just confirmed as a new Regent of OCCC this week. Dr. Elaine Stith, Superintendent of Metro Technology Center. Dr. Tom Friedemann, Superintendent of Francis Tuttle Technology Center. Mr. Mark Pierce, Director of Health and Sciences at Francis Tuttle Technology Center. Ms. Leslie Halen, Program Director of Respiratory Health Program at Francis Tuttle Technology Center. Ms. Mina Akwe, owner and president of Excel Home Care and president of the OCCC Foundation Board of Trustees. Ms. Mary Blankenship Pointer, Senior Vice President of Republic Bank and Trust and member of the OCCC Foundation Board of Trustees. Mr. Al Snipes, former member of the OCCC Board of Regents and current member of the OCCC Foundation Board of Trustees. A guest of Mr. Al Snipes here tonight is Mr. Charlie Ming. We have Mr. Max Weldon, manager at Welbros Company and member of the OCCC Foundation Board of Trustees. Ms. Jane Harden, former member of the OCCC Board of Regents. Mr. Jack Turner, who is owner of Turner Brothers Farms and a former member of the South Oklahoma City Junior College Board of Trustees. We have Regent Bergen's husband, T.C. Bergen, and I wouldn't be able to go home if I didn't also introduce my wife, Vicki Moore. To each of our special guests, I want to thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate your support both of OCCC and of our students. Thank you.
Some days we forget to look
Well, as I am so prone to do whenever I have to introduce special guests, guess what? I missed some folks. And I missed some folks because I didn't look on my next page, which is why I took off my glasses and it didn't work. So I apologize to the three people who I missed, and I'm going to introduce them right now. If the three of you will please stand and be recognized. Cindy Russell, wife of Congressman Russell. Karen Youngblood, who is wife of Regent Deborah Youngblood. And Lisa Lawson, who is wife of Regent Chris Lawson. Please forgive me, but recognize our three guests. It is now truly my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, the Honorable Steve Russell, United States Representative from Oklahoma's 5th Congressional District. We are very honored to have him here tonight as our commencement speaker. A native Oklahoman, Congressman Russell graduated, as I did, from Del City High School. He was graduated as class president and voted most likely to succeed. He earned a degree in public speaking from Ouachita Baptist University and completed the Army ROTC program. He was commissioned a second lieutenant and began his 21-year career in the United States Army. He completed the rigorous U.S. Army Ranger School and deployed to assignments in the Arctic, the desert, the Pacific, Europe, and continental United States stations. He was deployed to Kosovo, Kuwait, Afghanistan, and Iraq. During Operation Iraqi Freedom, Congressman Russell commanded the 1st Battalion, 22nd Infantry, and was in combat in Tikrit, Iraq. His unit played a key role in the capture of Saddam Hussein. The capture is documented in Congressman Russell's book, We Got Him, a memoir of the hunt and capture of Saddam Hussein. Congressman Russell completed a master's degree in history from the Command and General Staff College. Before retiring as a lieutenant colonel, he earned the Legion of Merit, Bronze Star with Valor Device, and Oak Leaf Cluster. As a member of the Oklahoma State Senate from 2008 to 2012, my senator, Congressman Russell led efforts to protect the unborn, combat human trafficking, support veterans benefits, and reform the adoption process. He was then elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in 2014. Congressman Russell and his wife Cindy have 5 children and reside in Choctaw, Oklahoma. So it's my pleasure to introduce U.S. Congressman Steve Russell.
Thank you. Distinguished guests, faculty, parents, friends, and graduates, it is an honor to share with you tonight in your accomplishment. I'm humbled by your invitation. Tonight is visible proof of the value of our community colleges and the bold path that they are taking in educating our future leaders for our workforce. The vision of so many is borne out tonight, the vision that sought to provide higher education for those who may not otherwise have an opportunity to pursue it. Thanks to all of you for making that happen. In attempting to think of what I might possibly say that would have any bearing on your lives, I'm mindful of the truth that people at graduations will likely never remember what you say, but they will remember if you say it too long. With that in mind, congratulations on your accomplishment, your discipline, your commitment, and intellect. And I want to say to you especially, congratulations for the opportunity that you have created for yourselves. Speaking of opportunities, it reminds me of the young man who graduated from a college, and he was from Bowlegs, Oklahoma, and he graduated with a business management degree. He was hired by a grocery chain and came to the city to apprentice to become a store manager. His first day on the job, he was working, things were going pretty well, and the manager there was pretty impressed with how he conducted himself. And as he came up to closing time, the manager says, "Why don't you go ahead and lock up?" And as he gets to the doors, he's ready to lock them. And here comes a customer. Wait. I just need one thing. And he says, "Ma'am, I'm sorry. we're closing. She said, I just need one thing. It'll just take a second. She says, ma'am, I'm sorry. She said, I just need a half a head of lettuce. And he says, well, ma'am, we don't sell half heads of lettuce. And besides, we're closed. She said, I need a half a head of lettuce. So before he knew what to do, she wiggled her way through the doors and off she goes back to the produce aisle. So he goes off after her and he says, ma'am, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait right here. He goes in the back, finds the manager, goes through the swinging doors, and he said, sir, some old hag out here wants to buy a half a head of lettuce. Well, what he didn't see is that she had come in behind him. And so the manager looks and kind of nodding, and he turns around and says, and this lovely lady would like to buy the other half. So they got the half head of lettuce, cut it, and out she goes. They lock up, things are fine. So the manager was pretty impressed that he could think on his feet, and he said, that was pretty impressive. He said, how'd you learn to do that? He says, well, I grew up in Bowlegs, Oklahoma, where there's nothing but ugly women and football players. And the manager wasn't laughing. He says, my wife is from Bowlegs, Oklahoma. And he said, really, what position did she play? So. I'd like to take a moment to talk to you from the heart. What you do with your heart is the single most important decision in how you will live your life. The heart is the essence of who we are. When we are touched emotionally with someone's words or deeds, it becomes heartfelt. We describe someone as lacking compassion as heartless, and we counsel them to have a heart. Our deepest wounds become heartaches. Our broken relationships or failed journeys make us heartbroken. The truly evil are black-hearted, while those of compassion and good works are said to have hearts of gold. Those overcome with fear lack heart, while those overcoming fear and acting anyway we often will call brave-hearted or lion-hearted. Amusement makes us light-hearted, while grief strikes us with a heavy heart. From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, and serious discussion is exchanged in heart-to-heart talks. Separation makes our hearts grow fonder until we can be reunited with those that we love with all our heart. Tonight, you embark on a portion of life's journey to follow your heart's passion. After pondering such thoughts, it becomes clear that unless we put our heart into life, it's not much worth living. In the end, it really does not matter how well we perform or what we accomplish if we fail to understand that a life without heart can have lack of meaning. This is why Solomon, often cited as the wisest man that ever lived, stated, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. People know whether or not we put our hearts into something. In our behavior, they see it in our personal conduct, how we act when we are not on display, or perhaps how we act when we are. They see it in our honesty, the kind that seeks to heal rather than to wound. They see it in our sense of fairness in the task that we accomplish. They see it in how we handle success or how we're tempted by too much success that might entice us to greed. It's embodied on how we work together. Do we draw out people's strengths or do we maximize their weaknesses to make ourselves look better? Do we notice the underdog or do we kick him while he's down? Do we stand up to the bullies or do we lose heart and let injustice prevail. For the guys, do we stand up when a lady is introduced on the scene and open a car door? Ladies, do you graciously accept the thoughtfulness of a man when he holds a door open, or bruise him with some look or comment with notions that such gestures are no longer necessary today? People see a big glimpse of our heart in how we exhibit kindness to elderly people. Do we pause a moment in our rushed impatience to reflect that not long ago that we ourselves were also younger? As we follow our heart's passion to live a life that makes a difference, does our heart call out for us to show respect to one another as we look with passion to achieve something in life? Our behavior is an amazing thermometer of the condition of our hearts. Not only must we guard our hearts and our behavior, we must guard them in our judgment. Tonight, you have certification that you have filled your minds with knowledge. Coupled with experience, your heart will gain understanding. When knowledge and understanding are combined, you will begin to get a sense of wisdom. I say a sense of it because from my own experience, I'm in full agreement with Solomon when he said, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding." When I graduated from college, although I wanted to serve my country in the military, I had no idea I would serve a full career in the United States Army, would fight 3 wars, would help capture a dictator, would author a critically acclaimed book, would create a rifle manufacturing business, or serve as a member of Congress. Like you, I just moved forward to the first or the next step. Our own forward movement will always create opportunity. It's easier to say than to do. In combat, I experienced and observed this dynamic many times. 9 out of 10 soldiers under fire know what to do, but only 1 out of 10 will actually move. All want to take heart, knowing the dangers may become worse with inaction, but rare is the individual that moves under the stress of battle, giving up a position for one that's completely unknown. That said, when a soldier does move, the others seem to follow with just as much conviction and just as much courage. But no one really wants to be first. I learned early in life that principle. Sometimes you just got to get moving, and the opportunity will open up even if you can't see through the smoke. I often reflect at how many opportunities God has tried to put in my path, but I missed so many for failure to move, never intersecting the path that He put in my way. Still, we must live each day with passion and purpose. When David faced Goliath, he faced him with the full knowledge that he had killed a lion and a bear with hand weapons. Knowing that you've killed a lion and a bear makes the giants look a little smaller. Tonight, the future giants you face are not as tall as they used to be. As to picking the right path, I say to you, don't worry about that. Instead, guard your heart, and the path will be more clear. I leave you with this challenge from Solomon in Proverbs 3. And so find favor and high esteem in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. It will be health to your flesh and strength to your bones. Thanks for the privilege to let me address you tonight. Don't ever quit, and do not ever lose heart.
It is now my privilege to present the 2016 President's Award for Excellence in Teaching. Before I announce this year's recipient, I would like to recognize all of the faculty and staff at Oklahoma City Community College. They have dedicated themselves to the success of all our students, including the 2016 graduates that are gathered here this evening. Would the faculty and staff stand and allow the graduates, guests, and me the opportunity to express our appreciation for your great work. Although we use the title President's Award for Excellence in Teaching, it is a recognition by colleagues and students of a person who models the very best among this exceptional faculty. It is always a difficult task to select only one recipient from the many nominations received. A committee of faculty and students reviewed the nominations and recommended 3 candidates who they believed to meet the criteria for the award. This year's recipient of the President's Award for Excellence in Teaching is a highly respected member of the college's faculty. Known for a strong commitment to student success and achievement, this professor is held in great esteem by students and other faculty members alike. Compassionate, inspirational, caring, well-read, engaging, and professional are just a few of the words used by others in describing this year's recipient. Some comments by students and colleagues include, she lectures complicated material clearly and effectively. She is known for having rigorous coursework and high standards. She listens to her students' opinions and inspires confidence in students for whom writing is a struggle. She enjoys seeing her students evolve as learners and holds each student accountable in the highest standards according to their capabilities. She guides students to become good residents by thinking about politics and personal involvement in order to improve society. She receives invitations to speak on her field of expertise and is enthusiastic about teaching this field to our students. And this is my favorite quote that I read in the materials that were submitted to me. One of the students said, "She is the real deal." This year's recipient has been a full-time professor at Oklahoma City Community College since 2013. She received her bachelor's degree with special distinction from the University of Oklahoma and a master's degree also from the University of Oklahoma. She received her PhD in government from the Department of Government at the University of Texas at Austin. Please join me in recognizing the 2016 recipient of the President's Award for Excellence in Teaching to political science professor, Dr. Sharon Vaughn. Sharon, would you come forward? Dr. Vaughn, I'd like to present you with this medallion first. I'd also like to present you with the plaque commemorating this award. And last, before I ask you to speak, I'd like to present you with an honorarium in the amount of $1,000.
I just want to say that I am just so fortunate because by the time I went to graduate school and I taught my first class at UT Austin, I knew I had done the right thing. And that passion that I have for teaching is just something that I hope I never lose. And it's really easy here because we have such great students and they're so kind. So I'm really, really honored, and I just want to thank you. And I've got a shout out to my political science majors. Where are you guys? Hey, hey, hey. Lenora, hi. Okay, thank you.
The outstanding faculty and staff, as typified by Dr. Vaughn, recognize that the purpose, the mission, and the reason Oklahoma City Community College exists is to empower our students to achieve their dreams of a college education. In addition, it all comes together tonight, commencement, where we award college degrees to our students. Dr. Ann DeCluett, Acting Vice President for Academic Affairs, please present the students who have completed a degree or certificate.
Thank you, President Stewart. Will the members of the 2016 graduating class please stand? United States Representative Steve Russell, Board Chair Moore, members of the Board of Regents, and President Stewart. Each of the students standing before you has completed or will complete this summer all requirements for a certificate or an associate's degree. Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, I present these candidates to you with my recommendation that the appropriate certificates and degrees be conferred.
By the authority invested in me by the Oklahoma State Regents of Higher Education and the Oklahoma City Community College Board of Regents, it is my honor as president to confer upon each of you the certificate or associate's degree for which you qualify. As a symbol of your graduation, please move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations. To the graduating class of 2016, thank you for allowing us to be a part of your education experience. I know you will achieve great things in the future as good citizens of the state of Oklahoma and as good people in the world. It is now time to present you your college diploma.
Okay, good. See? Hazelin?
Catherine Winstead. Aslyn Burrows. Emily Rose Page. Mark DeGraff Unreed. Stephanie Huevas. Candace Smith.
Phyllis Doreen Burke.
Mark Goyette.
Diane Maculia.
Luisa Garcia.
Richard Anthony Shaw, Jr.
Tyler M. Penny.
Ashton Joe Fisher.
Aileen Mendoza.
Rita Glickstein.
Chance Mueller.
Timothy Gherkin.
Elizabeth L. Adegoke.
Emma Teal Crow.
Jennifer Jessica Looney.
George Wayne Langford.
Veronica Parrott.
Amir Alhu Vibe.
Janet Alvarez.
Rachel Brianne Stone.
Grant P. Swalwell.
Lenora La Victoire.
Summer Anne Marie Winters.
Kelsey Jones.
Robin Rochelle Cross.
Shantabia Fordham.
Amanda Marie Mills Martinez.
Ide Anzo.
Hen Tu Young.
Phi Dang.
Johnny Harwell Wingate Jr.
Jennifer Lauren Nelson.
Whitney Nicole Mosby.
Tannula K. Wright.
Felicia Sanders.
Kendrika Deshawn Woods.
Marisela Esparza.
Sharice Thomas.
Jordan L. Shugart.
Lindsay Marie Brewer.
Ivan Kamchuang Wongo.
Melissa R. Blankenship.
Morning Star Cornell.
Elizabeth Voss.
Isabella Rose Thornton.
Parthena K. Smith.
Brandon Leon Dufour.
Marla Huevos. Okay.
Brenda Romo.
Jose Martinez.
Kyle DeFries.
Elizabeth Lindley.
Harrison Langston.
Yang Mai Doan.
Huang Ho.
Lindsay M. Wilder.
Rowena B. Gately.
Casada K. Beckwith.
Abigail Vershaw.
Micah Ranowski.
Austin Elizabeth Matthews.
Leticia Luviano.
Juan Jesus Flores.
Eugene Atkinson.
Matthew Caracas.
Trey Anthony Allen.
Christopher David Lovett.
Elizabeth T. Freer.
Gabriela Trigueros.
Paula Norton.
Teresa Adeline Zavala.
Jeremiah Williams.
Richard Martin.
Ashley Beeson.
Christina Diane Stafford.
Melissa Ann Masano.
Heather Lynn Staley.
Julie Ann Ross.
Kimberly Jolene Creek.
Bill Renfro.
Alondra Velasco.
Jessica Melissa Mondujano Diaz.
Haley Renee Hibden.
Charo Irina Vasquez.
Miranda Hickman.
Taishina Brazil.
Laura L. Incarnato.
Haley Brooke Ellison.
Brianne Nicole Henderson.
Joshua Daniel Mize.
Shelby Nicole Schuneman.
Sharna Lee Farber.
Rhonda Renee Rock.
Lauren Giselle Sims.
Taylor Madison Burns.
Julie Ray Hunter.
Courtney Keone Holbert.
Susan Gail Meyer.
Sarah Elizabeth Nelson.
Sharing Sherpa.
Brian Matthew Chick.
Alyssa Williams.
Casey Stevens.
Agnes Wright.
Susan M. Atwell.
Tracy Dilbeck.
Brooklyn Leanne Bear.
James John Black.
Anna Rose Lyles.
Christopher S. Jones.
Kristen Atoya Hatter.
Monisa Antonia Carter.
April Boyd.
Megan Elizabeth Nance.
Tracy D. Schaefer.
Casey Blake.
Jimmy Lee Wilkins.
Saith Alfonso Correa.
Maria Elena Jasso.
Kimio C. Williams.
James Lynn Boyd.
Jesse James Allen.
Darren Allen Mann.
Justina Wynn.
Morgan Jean Wilcoxon.
Isabel C. Martinez.
Juliana Wojnowska.
Joe Brian Scoggins.
Melat Buti.
Nosarimi Adima.
Dani Grajales.
Claudia Garbe.
Marilyn M. Segura.
Monica Neri Ponce.
Lynn Lee.
Nick Ted Garay.
Juan Ulloa.
Kimberly L. Wynn.
Teresa Nicole Thornton.
Thomas Atkins.
Alexis Barnett.
Rhonda S. Audette.
Miranda Elaine Garrett.
Ashley N. Peters.
Bree Cowgill.
Walter Allen Bruner.
Jessica Dillard.
Chelsea Michelle Clark.
Miles Swanner.
Michael Ross Redmond.
Zachary D. Hanlon.
Duncan D. Grant.
Jared Beck.
Raina Halsey.
Lindsay Phillips.
Amy Marie McRae.
Jonathan Rene Estrada.
Jeffrey Allen Mason.
Brianna Chrisanne Grady Buchanan.
Scott Campbell.
Jason Kenneth Connor.
Jesse L. Hicks.
Randall Fixico.
Adam Melton. Luke Selby.
Floyd Oliver Jr. Great.
Brandon Elon Taylor Russell.
Anaceli Gomez.
Sydney Faye Richardson.
Evan
Andrea Ashley Rivera.
I think he let. La Vida D. Rains.
Stacy Deanne Bolser.
Alexis Gonzalez.
Stephanie McGregor.
Charlena Marie de Leon.
Samantha May Harris.
LaDonna Wieland.
Ted Glenn Walls, Jr.
Caitlin Dawn Sager.
Celicia Duty.
David De La Rosa.
Jalissa Hutchinson Ibarra.
Brittany N. Steele.
Namadi Wright.
Carrie Ackley.
Rosanna Tony.
Julian Fernando Mejia.
Letitia Boykins.
Angelia Burkhardt.
Elnas Danish.
Courtney Maydove.
Marissa Elliott.
Tamara Toussaint.
Cameo Ernst.
Jamie Heilman.
Veronica Salazar.
Bianca Luz Ramirez.
Devin James Thompson.
Danielle Tracy Grenier.
Erica Renee King.
Una Savic.
Sarah Rochelle Sahadi.
Poom Hao Mang.
Richard Tyler Perry.
Trevor Trevino.
Barry Bosnick.
Dennis Flynn Williams II.
Matthew Challender.
Frederick B. Kortzimmon.
Usamfan Williams.
Nathan Lee Hammond.
Aishat Olenyan.
Keisha Carita Sampson.
Megan Taylor Eaton.
Karima Jabbar.
Luis Claudio.
Sheila Humphrey.
Cheyenne Renee Clausen.
Heather Blake.
Luis Andres Lebron.
Anastasia C. York.
Amanda R. Pursley.
Daniel Doan.
Elena Lindsay Opp.
Michelle Johnson.
Layla Justine Mikhail Aburab.
Kyle D. Holt.
Theodore Curtis Moffel.
Jessica Morales.
Ashley D. Santacoy.
Melissa E. Kaisamore Bose.
Marilyn Louise Chapman.
Griselda Delgado.
Lisa Roberts.
Liz Hinkle.
Stephanie Catherine Imperly.
Shannon Gibson.
Ernest Cataldo.
Clyde Peralta.
Christina Peralta.
Joseph Anthony Salinas.
Angelique Moret Nutter.
Haley Jordan Stewart.
Matthew Ethan Whitney.
Francois E. Durazo.
Austin D. Moore.
Lorena Perez Huerta.
Terry McDonald.
Rihanna Shirley.
Jonathan Hunter Daniel.
Casey Cook.
Andrea F. Rebill.
Crystal Renee Sheehy.
Chelsea Esperanza Martinez.
Jerry Wayne Sporn Jr.
Thomas Brock.
Tasha Lynn Tyler.
Madeline Jeanette Danner.
Franklin A. Martinez.
Taylor Edgen.
Sydney Baker.
Benjamin W. Bobbitt.
Megan Hendricks.
Megan Nicole Ledford.
Marion Johnson.
Sheila Silas.
Graciela Lopez.
Natalie Flaming.
Alicia Beth Villarreal.
Yvonne Ritter.
Deborah Kathleen Vaughn.
Rebecca Lynn Swihart.
Patricia Long.
Perla Esparza.
Elba Muñoz.
Christopher S. Holman.
Catherine Smith.
Jennifer Wallenberg.
Monica Sotz.
Kendra Nell Green.
Brett Garrison.
Tara Lynn Hardiman.
Jessie Lynn Campbell.
Corina Rangel.
Tommy Nell Garcia.
Maria Delgado.
Dharma Raj Sanjel.
Sarah D. Wiggum.
Jeremy Blake.
Charles Kenneth Golden.
Dalton Parker.
Misha Reagan.
Chad Basinger.
Cynthia Marie Bishop.
Kylie Peyton Wittenbach.
Catherine Lynn Nunn.
Jessica Lynn Moats.
Marche Holloway.
Katie Trosper.
Jana K. Smith.
Zeldin Lynn Peterson.
Brandon Gorm.
Bronte Elaine Gill.
Kristen Fleming.
Christina May Yeager.
Sarah K. Burns.
Micah Jones.
Ashley Nicole Quanstrom.
Sierra Danielle Jones.
Michelle N. Boykin.
Dawn
Todd-
Michelle Brown.
Todd Anthony Van Beber.
Deanna Jean Zara.
Christopher Robin Nye.
Tori Christine Wright.
Morgan Carter.
Aaron Lee Smith.
Nicole P. Funk.
Haley Michelle Scott.
Amy Dawn Hare.
Kristen Mildred Godinez.
Ken James Greenshields.
Isaac El Guapo Gallegos.
Alexis Lopez.
Brenda Cheyenne Pitzer.
Caitlin M. Wallace.
Gabriela Pérez.
Angela Christine Colander.
Jacqueline Renee Toe.
Maisha Diane Dorman.
Melissa Núñez.
Diana Rios.
Jazmín Itzel Arredondo.
Sherry Hazelton.
Javon Berry.
Michaela Chandler Payne.
Ashley Nicole Bloch.
Anna Alvarado.
Hilda J. Estrada.
Brooke Allstat.
Taylor Cheyenne Thomas.
Karen Denise Foster.
Jordan Joanne Manzer.
Taylor Gates.
Ian Gareth Dean.
Ricky Johnson.
Trenton D. Larkin.
David J. Taylor.
Redina Danae Ramsey.
Jamie Jimboy.
Brandy Lachelle Zielinski.
Stephanie Mae Smith.
Matthew Palumbo.
Marissa Steinhofer.
Nathan Matthew Mansil.
Sandra Iona Nicolescu.
Taylor Ansick.
Samuel L. Knight.
Destiny Marie Kuykendall.
Cameron James Thompson.
Nathan Michael Jones.
Christina Foster.
Steve Lawrence Scott Rideout.
Brittany Marie Dallas.
Leah Beth Sweet.
Antonio Chavez.
Christina Lynn Bootser.
Pedro Velasco.
Tammy Harvey.
Melvin Daniel Smith.
Ashley Victoria Geyer.
Ta Ha Hong Lee.
Marshall Hunter.
Rocio Mercado.
Davina Gail Blackwelder.
Nera Roige.
Desiree Nicole Mucker.
Danica A. Runyon.
Lauren Elizabeth Jones.
Andrea P. Holmes.
Brian Palmer.
Jane Frances Bong Ninka.
Cornelius Harrison.
Kwame Garrett.
Graham Anong. Yeah.
Ashley R. Harris.
Yate C. Lewis.
Christian Solis.
Nicole Ballinger.
Peter Jefferson Hodgden.
Kayla Kimbley.
Julian Bryant Lute.
Ruth Lene Hicks.
Michaela Joanne Lambeth.
Kobe Daniel Trower.
Brianna Lynn Phillips.
Renee Lynn Hesby.
Victoria Broadway.
Kelly Elizabeth Cardy.
Nicole Chantel Terwilliger.
Christina Tomlin.
Ashley Ray Yateman.
Lindsay Taylor Wilson.
Crystal Jade McGahey.
Chelsea Marie Williams.
Teresa Langley.
Iris Nicole West.
Heather Lane Bennett.
Tammy Faye Annette Allen.
Megan Renee Bridgeforth.
Allison Michelle Heron.
Tammy Powell Herring.
Brian Stephen Carrier.
Levi Nawera Bundi.
David K. Carugo.
Asako Keijihara Farenthold.
Mai Wen.
Hunter Shane Brown.
Ladi Katochek.
Abby D. Riedel.
Gabriela Louise Pennock.
Andrew Byron Emerson.
Debbie Hartzell and Sheila E.
Moses Kamoiro.
Shanesha Marlowe.
Kaylin Nicole Graff.
Amanda Macias.
Amanda Lynn Hacker.
Joel J. Picard.
Danae Picard.
Melissa Kate Bergeron.
Dixon Curia.
Joshua David Rollins.
Taylor R. Barnes.
Dustin D. Turner II.
Melissa Sue Lopez Neely.
Congratulations again to all the graduates. Thank you for choosing OCCC as your college. We are proud of each of you and wish you the very best as you go on from here to another college or university or into the workforce. Congratulations. I now invite everyone to stand. And will you please join me in offering our recognition and congratulations to the Oklahoma City Community College class of 2016. As we come to the end of this evening and this ceremony, I ask that the audience remain in place during the recessional. Thank you for being a part of this significant occasion, and I wish you safe travels. Good evening. We'll now have the recessional.